Guardian. Okay, here we are. So tried to play the Eternity. Sorry, I was ready. Shadow Legends in the background. PlayStation. Dearest to Eternity requires, yeah. Anyway, the Rite of the Nine, Spire of the Watcher. That's the dungeon, I guess. Requires PlayStation Plus, which means that I'm probably going to have to play with other Guardians in order to do this. It's not a solo activity, apparently. Or they're just gating it, for the simple fact that giving PlayStation, giving Sony some money. Um, I have become increasingly disillusioned with video games uh, in general over the last couple of months, and I go through a cycle. It's very obvious. I go through a cycle. Those who've been more or less following along with me for the last couple of years, around this time of the year, I'm either full bore rampaging through things like Elder Scrolls Online or Minecraft or Destiny or whatever indie game or free to play game has come out that has caught my attention and kept my forever going. GBO 2, for some reason, seems to be a popular medium into which I like to express my theories of gameplay. And I'm not talking like I'm talking like about them right now. I mean, like, expressing my theories of gameplay while actually playing them. Uh, so yeah, there's a bit of a scientific method in what I do here, and oh shit, um, that's going to be a problem. But anyway, so I've been thinking a lot about moving the channel more into a tabletop experience. I know some YouTube authors. I don't like calling them content creators. I don't like calling it content because it just seems so uh, antiseptic and sterile. It's just like it's content, consume, blah 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 kind of thing. And no, that's not what I really want to do. Um, okay, where the hell? Uh, oh, I have to be in my inventory in order to do that. So it's been a while, as you tell. Anyway, here we go. So we're gonna dump a bunch of stuff off in the vault. Dump some kids off in the pool. Ha ha ha! All that remains. But yeah, so instead of creating a secondary or tertiary channel to cover things like model crafting, which is building Gunpla, standard model kits, and also doing miniature model making, like tabletop miniatures, kind of like for Warhammer 40K and all that stuff. So instead of having several different channels that cover each one specifically, just keeping the same artist poet channel and doing it that way. Um, because I have a YouTube account, it's not actually specifically through PlayStation. The reason why I do it through PlayStation, through the Sony app, through the YouTube app on Sony, is because it's easy. I load up a game, you guys have something to look at if you're not interested in listening to me, and we kind of go from there. Um, but I'm actually thinking about, like I said, I was really, in spite of the fact that the price point was going to be prohibitive, I was actually considering getting the Switch 2 to play, and to make that be my main platform. Going so far as even to finding either a laptop or a Chromebook that supports live streaming or video capture. I think my Chromebook here does, but I have to do a bunch of cord juggling in order to make that happen. And I'm a lazy person. None of my stuff has ever been scripted. I might show up with an idea or three about what I want to talk about, like today. But for the most part, there's no polish to what I do. There's no scripting to what I do or anything like that. It's all going to come out,
Back from the
bleh,
boat, I see.
pretty much. Um, so
The axe
yeah, I don't
the
know.
ground.
Your guys' thoughts. I don't always ask for engagement on this, but I mean,
What do you need?
do you guys actually enjoy watching me flounder through the game space as I talk about philosophical shit about gameplay? Because it is all still about gameplay. I mean, pretty much everything I've ever done in my life, even as an artist and a poet and a narrative writer, it's all about a game. It's all about play, and it explores the ideas of gameplay. Um, because that's one of the first things we do as human beings. We learn to play. We learn to play by ourselves. We learn to play with others. We learn to play as a team. We learn to play competitively, cooperatively, And through that play, we discover who it is we are and what it is we want out of the world. And I really do just want to have fun, and I don't really want to make other people's lives more difficult. Or, I've never been one of those individuals who, gets his rocks off, causing other people to rage quit. Um, I've never shied away from, player hate. I've never shied away from people teabagging me. I don't give a fuck, honestly. Go for it. If anything, it tells me that I've done something to get under your skin, which means that, yeah, maybe you should just, try focusing on being a better player. And that way, scummy little me won't actually get in your way so much. I don't know. That sounded kind of pissy, but I'm in that kind of mood right now, honestly. I don't know why I picked up these bounties. It's not like I'm actually going to go fucking do them. But yeah, so Rights to the Nine, you get to the social space, and the emissary dumps all this really cool gear on you, weapons and armor and all that kind of fun stuff. But unless you have PlayStation Plus, you ain't getting anywhere else. Um, and like I said, I mean, I've been very disenchanted with pay to play games on the Sony. Once upon a time, when I was on PlayStation 2, I had no problem dumping 30 to $50 for a game. Back then, $50 was like the uppermost limit you could play. You could pay for a premium title. Um, but now it seems like, that's like the baseline, and it's really kind of sad that it is, because these games don't really strike me as being worth that. And not to mention, you don't get to own anything; it's all digitally locked. Uh, you will end up losing your content once the owners have decided, yes, inspire the watcher. There's no point. Anyway, that's basically it. So yeah, just a quick note, thinking more about going tabletop and setting up a phone cam or webcam and recording videos and then just doing them static instead of doing them uh, live like this. So kind of keep an eye out if you want to. It's cool. I want to say thanks for stopping by and checking things out. Until next time, play nice, be well, and yeah, go with your own flow. Really, seriously, that's what you got to do.